we're back. It's been a while. It's been 2 weeks, right? More than 2 weeks? I don't even know anymore. We're still in March of 2020, so like, I mean, it's March 600, 700 something. Oh, wait!
Today would be March 516.
I fucking did it again. Hold on. Hold on.
Did you not turn your audio on?
End the whole thing.
I didn't turn on your audio. Look, I turned it on now. I even have a post-it note, guys.
Wait, so whose audio did you not turn on?
Yours, but it's on now. Like, I know, I'm just fail. My problem is that I get ADD and hyper-focused and I forget. So I get so focused on starting the stream, and then I start the stream and I forget. All right, anyway.
Thus the post-it notes.
Hi, here we are. I'm Stacy.
Hi, I'm Joe.
Hi.
I'm Steve.
Oh, you're Steve, and I'm Nikki.
Sorry.
Hi.
You guys have to introduce yourselves so that the people that listen on Spotify know who you are. Otherwise, I'd just be like, bam, bam, bam. All right.
Introductions are polite.
I hear all of you. Josh out. Oh, thanks, honey. You're so supportive. He's so great.
It's producer Josh.
Thank you, producer Josh.
He's fulfilled his obligation. All right. So, Bad Batch. Season finale part 1 was pretty good. It's got a lot of stuff. So basically, Stacy Quick Notes version of this is that
My favorite.
but I'm not going to be screaming and yelling this time yet.
Lame.
All right. Hunter, that's what word I'm
Okay, I
looking
thought we
for.
lost sound for a second. I was like,
I'm like,
oh no.
fuck! I lost his name. Sorry. Hunter got captured the episode before this. Crosshair finally fucking got him. They bring him back to Camino. He gets back to Camino, and basically Crosshair is like, fuck you! You abandoned me. And Hunter's like, oh shit, I'm a bad friend. And he's like, but what about your chip? And Crosshair's like, I got my chip taken out a long time ago, fucker. Why don't you care about me like you care about everybody else? And
Okay, something just occurred to me. He had his chip taken out. Did he have his chip taken out and not tell the rest of the squad that they have chips?
That is what it sounds like.
No.
That's not
what happened.
Okay. I mean, no, he is just an asshole, but...
He is an asshole, but so, if you remember, I think it's like in the 3rd episode, we see Tarkin and the other dude talking, and Crosshair's coming out from like a medical procedure. But we don't know what it is. And they mentioned something about we'll see how good he does now. And when that happened at the time, I thought what they did was turn his chip up like to 11, right? But there's a chance
That's
they
what
took
they said they were doing.
Maybe they didn't. But the other time that he could have gotten his chip out is when the engine fried half of his fucking face. Remember they turned the fucking engine on and it pretty much shot him in the face? And then he got healed after that. But like that would have fried his chip. Because that was the side that the chips were on that his face got fried. So those are the 2 opportunities that his chip got fucked with. Like, that was, like, on screen, but just not obvious. So it could be true. But also, I don't feel that bad for Crosshair. Joe's frozen. I don't feel that bad for Crosshair because motherfucker...
No, he's just still, I think.
He killed
kids,
civilians.
didn't he? Yeah.
Like,
no,
women,
fuck you don't
innocent
get to,
women
like,
and
I'm
children
sorry
and
your
civilians.
feelings were hurt.
No.
Like, what? Like, yes, I'm a war criminal, but...
Like,
you
I would
guys
have
left
felt
me.
bad, right? And it's the same thing with Darth Vader. You know, like, okay, Anakin turned to the light at the end, but, dude. Same thing with Kylo Ren.
Like, my uncle was, like, kind of suspicious of me once. And, like, you know, he was a dick about it, so I decided to go to the dark side.
Yeah.
Also, like, my dad's a real asshole. Like,
have daddy issues, so I'm just
Darth
gonna...
daddy issues.
So, but yeah, so basically Star Wars has this history of dudes doing some really bad shit, but then having, like, one good moment and everybody forgiving them. To me, I'd be like, yo, you just murdered, like, a whole fucking town.
Well, that's what's the Tumblr story that goes around every now and then? It's like, kills all of the henchmen getting to the villains, gets to the bad guy. You're like, I'm not going to kill you because I'm not a murderer like you. And it's like, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I have an arbitrary line, which means that I'm okay.
oh, there you
I
are.
don't think that's a Star Wars problem. I think that's a general modern storytelling problem. I think we all saw Avatar: The Last Airbender. We all want to do that redemption arc. I mean, this is older than that, but...
To be fair, Zuko didn't murder all those innocent people.
He didn't.
So he could be redeemed. Right?
And that's what people like. The redemption arcs, they're hard to sell me on these days.
Bo-Katan had a good redemption arc. Oh, she did definitely kill innocent people.
She was a terrorist.
Remember when, like they're on that... Forget what happened on the Mandalore terrorism stuff. When they were in that village and, like, and Ahsoka found them and they had killed all those people. Death Watch did. That's all like, ooh, but yeah, I forgot all about that until just now.
It threw me off. Like, the whole thing was weird to me. Like, it was more like Vader like join me than it was like I want to be your friend still. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Not even like... Yeah, I think it definitely could... That reveal could have been done better.
it's like join me. And
There could have been an attempt to, like, make contact before that. Like, if Crosshair had been, like, blowing up their phones the whole time and they were like, nah. I'd be like, okay, I could see that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. I still think he's gonna die at some point trying to save them. Like, that's, like, I don't think it's gonna happen now.
I
This
hope
season.
they don't.
Like, next season.
I either want, like, a true redemption arc, which is he
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
he does the turn, he joins the crew, and then has to face the consequences of his actions.
That's true.
You don't just get to die and then, like, oh, you did bad stuff, but now you're dead, so we're your hero. Like, no, show me Crosshair, like,
putting
apologizing
in work?
to people.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do that.
That's
Show
not
me
how Star Wars
Crosshair
works.
sitting with a therapist, but more Star Wars, just, like, working through his feelings, working through his hang-ups.
That's not how Star
Give
Wars
me
works.
give me some Winter Soldier, like...
Oh, by the way, because we didn't have an episode last week, I didn't get to talk about the complete utter bullshit that was bringing in fucking, part of Delta Squad and just have them be throwaway NPCs.
No line. No line whatsoever.
It's just like, hey! I was like, what? Is it? And then he just, like, does, like, a Wilhelm screen off, the platform. I'm like, that's it? Alright, sorry. I put up a shot of Camino, so that's what made me think of it.
when it comes to Crosshair and him saying, like, you guys didn't even try, you didn't even whatever, like, I remember on the podcast, we specifically talked about an episode where they're running from him on the ship and stuff. Like, when they first see him, there's, like, remember we talked about, like, man, that was kind of weird. There was barely any attempt for them to, like,
Right!
talk to him or convince him or whatever. So, like, in a way, I understand, like, hey, like, you didn't even try, but that goes two ways, Like,
For
that's
sure.
a two.
Like,
But, yeah. Like,
look what they did with Wrecker. They knocked his ass out and fixed him.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, there was, like, no attempt for that. We talked about this. Like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, saying, like, this was weird to me that there wasn't more of an attempt here. It was just like, hey,
Yeah,
bud.
they had the...
Never
Well,
mind.
and that's
Like,
where I thought it was going to be going. And,
Yeah.
like, man, how fucking cool would that have been? Like, all right, we're going to get his chip out. Like, we knocked him out, and then we're going to bring him over and get his chip out. And, like, oh, shit, he doesn't have a chip. Like, that...
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
so many. There were better
Instead of
ways
him
to do
just
that.
saying it, and half of the fandom still doesn't believe it because there's no scar.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he-
don't know.
Well, he got healed. I mean, no matter what happened, when he got engined to the face, they had to heal him. So, like, he doesn't have a scar from any of that, really.
It's a weird lie for him to tell.
Unless it's what he
It
believes
is.
after they dialed his
Yeah.
chip up to 11.
Unless they programmed him to think that he already had it removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
In which case, we might still see a redemption, which I actually would like to see a Crosshair redemption.
It was
yeah.
just odd to me, like the phrasing of it and like the way that it was taking place. Like, I like the symmetry with them being back in the training room again. I thought that was really cool. But like him, what he was speaking and saying, like I watched it at a friend's house like the next night, and I was like, wait, what's happening right now? I'm like, he had already seen it. But
Yeah.
I was like, is he trying to get back on board? Is he trying to get them on board again? Like, I'm not even sure what's going on here. And then finally he was like, you can come with me and we can have our purpose again. And I was like, oh no, he's trying to recruit them.
Yeah, but also he killed the stormtrooper. That was just
Like, how does he think this is gonna go?
like he's just gonna go back and be like, "Hey, they're all dead now, but my squad's here and they're on our side."
This is why I don't think he has his chip out, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, he's smart. They're all smart. All these Bad Batch members are smart. They can see what's happening around them. Like, he can't open his eyes to see that, like, they've sent everybody off world. There's no other clones around. Like,
I don't know. Oh, but you know, this episode did confirm a couple things, too. When they went through Nalase's lab, and Omega was like, yeah, this is where you guys were born. I was there. Like,
yep, I told you.
Omega is older than them.
yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Bigger
so
little sister.
she is probably like maybe the first clone, maybe the second. Like maybe you think Boba was, well, I guess if Boba was Alpha, then technically he would be first.
I always figured Boba was the last one they made it from Django's template.
Well, they couldn't. He had to have been first if he was unaging, right? Like he was an accelerated age. So by the time we meet him, he had to have been, aged up that much, right? So, yeah. So that's something, though. We'll see.
Yeah, there's some weird time stuff going on there that, if you dig into it a little deep, kind of wonky.
Mm-hmm. But bye, Camino.
We missed the Commando week, but I was really excited to see them and see Scorch. I mean, I am sad that, like, once again, it's like, here's 10 more seconds of Delta Squad, and that's it. Not even, just one member of Delta Squad.
It killed me.
But
I mean, it was cool having all the RC old school trooper looking dudes, but yeah.
I really liked that we got the story of how they got Gregor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wondered that. Remember when they showed up to their crawler in Rebels, and they're like, and who was it? I'm like, where the fuck did they get Gregor? Last we saw him, he was like dying on that planet.
So we now know, like, obviously how Rex got out. We know how Gregor got out. Is season 2? Are they going to show us Wolf? And then,
I hope so.
What Rex is doing? Like, when Rex communicated with them, like, there was some shit going down around him.
Oh yeah, and he couldn't get there.
Like, is Rex going clone by clone? Like, I'm getting this buddy out. I'm getting this buddy out. I'm getting this.
Only
buddy
his
out.
friends, though.
Some of them are failed attempts because, like, where is Cody?
Oh, we'll see Cody.
We're gonna see Cody and Obi-Wan, I think.
Obi-Wan.
I know, but, like, in this time period of Bad Batch, we're talking about, like, where is Cody?
Wherever they evacuated everybody to.
Also, we don't know exactly when Obi-Wan is taking place, do we?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not that long after Revenge of the Sith.
No, it's not. It's, I want to say 5 to 7 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Leia's still little.
The baby Leia.
It's not baby. I think it's like a small child they got to play her. So like 6, 7 years old. I don't know.
I was like, man, like, part of me was like, we've talked a couple times that like some of us thought this should have been a Delta Squad show. Like you could have integrated them into the canon,
Yeah.
and instead of having characters. Our friend Greg, who has Republic Commandos, he's especially invested. Was like, maybe this is like them testing the waters again to see what the reaction would be, and maybe they'll do something more with those characters.
That would be really cool because everyone I know wants to know what happened to Seth.
Like crazy.
That's
And it was
all I
really-
fucking want.
I don't know. I think this is they're like, oh, this will be a fun cameo. We'll just put it in the background and people will get it and it will be super fun. Like that's
That's what
But
I'm worried
Filoni
about.
does that and then does entire shows about it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of what he does is like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and when there's a good reaction to it, it justifies him doing more with it later. And I know, like, when they did the Delta Squad cameo in Clone Wars, that was really throwing everybody a bone, because that was right around when they basically decided all of that shit wasn't canon anymore. Right?
Yeah.
That one was even more annoying than this one.
So, well, I mean, it was, but it wasn't, because then they brought him in, and we're like, now they're canon again, bitches! You know, like, we at least had that moment. So this, to me, felt more like, do something with them. Like, don't tease me, man. Like, bring me them. Especially when we know that Mandalorians in canon were training clones, because we have Fen Rao who did it. He was a pilot trainer for them, right? Like, that's a thing that's canon. So, like, why wouldn't any of this other stuff be canon? Like, they can make it all black. I can go on forever on this, so I better stop. I will go on for a million years. So,
I did not expect to be as emotional as I was about the destruction of Tapoka City.
it's
The-
true.
Man,
The scene setting shots that were like just empty galleries and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
Incredible.
in there
Like, the
were
last.
really, really good.
It was.
Yeah.
It brought it, like, full circle, basically. And I was like, all right.
yeah, it made me big sad. That and the music. They have used like just the right amount of music from the movies in this show, like at the right moments. It's been really
The
well
music's
done.
been legit. They've done a good job overall scoring it, I think. So. And they're also the guys that talk about it the most on Twitter, the dudes that did the score. Don't stop. Yeah. We could dedicate a whole, slow news week episode to Republic Commando and all that stuff. I can't derail us right now. We're supposed to keep this to an hour. Yeah, so I think next week we're going to see them escape Camino. I mean, conveniently, their ship was nowhere near where everything is destroyed, right? So they'll have a way to get off world and probably reconnect with Rex, is what I'm guessing.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't even know that that's going to happen in the finale. I guess maybe, but
And then they
Yeah.
left Gregor
Who's
with
gonna
Sid.
escape and who's going to survive?
I don't know if Sid's gonna survive. They're gonna come back and Gregor's gonna have her, like, hog-tied. Like,
Yeah, I'm not really sure where they go for the next. Well, obviously it's escaping Camino, but like events for the next episode, I'm not sure about.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
really feel like the big questions that I have, like, who is Omega? That, like, why is she a girl? Can somebody just tell me why she's a girl? Like, it doesn't have to be a
Why
big
is
thing at this
Omega?
point.
why?
It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can just be, give me a throwaway line. Like, if the answer is, oh, we need a girl in the show about a bunch of male clones, okay, we'll make one of the clones a girl. Like, if that is the reason, I'm okay with that.
It could be Namaste was bored and wanted to see if she could.
I'm fine with that. Like, just give me an explanation why this unaltered clone of Jango Fett.
So I
Is a
have a
girl.
theory on that, and that's because she's important somehow, and they didn't want the Republic to take her, so technically her being female means she wasn't part of the army stock. So, I don't know. But, I just had a thought. We know that the Empire took Nullisay. So, I'm wondering if there's gonna be a whole, like, we have to go take her back kind of arc in the next season. Like, something happens and they need her. I mean, I know in old canon, basically, they kidnapped the Kaminoan scientists to help them fix their advanced aging. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, I don't know if something like that's gonna happen, like, if they're gonna try to stop the aging or something else that's going on, like, and they need her for it. So, like, I don't think... We're gonna find out why they took her, Nala say. I don't think they're gonna leave that hanging. And if that's, like, going into, like, all the shit that happens with Snoke and Palpatine down the road, that's one thing. It might be what happened, like, the whole Grogu program. It might tie into that. It's all gonna tie into something. It's gonna fill in those gaps. Somehow.
I think it's going to tie in with the cloning facility on... What planet was that?
In Mandalorian?
In The Mandalorian, yeah.
I think that was Navarro.
Yeah, it was Navarro. Which, I just want to go on the record as saying that episode of The Mandalorian would make a perfect Star Tours level.
Yeah, that sure as shit would.
One of
Except
my
that you'd have Cara Dune in it, so...
Oh, they're not getting her to come back to do any Star Tours.
No.
That's not happening.
No. They're gonna just kind of write on and forget that she was ever there. They're just gonna, like, write her out with no, like, we're just not gonna mention her ever again, basically.
I think if she gets mentioned, it's that she's dead. Oh, yeah, Cara died, like, 2 years ago. Never mind.
They really should recast. They really should.
I think they should recast her too, but also if they're gonna time jump, they're gonna be like, oh well, she's doing her own thing.
The online harassment by that fucked up group of people.
That's true. I know the perfect fucking person that they could recast her with too.
Someone who doesn't have any online social media.
Well, no, I mean, but, like, I feel like the forces of good would come and defend her, and she's just a badass, like...
Lucy Lawless?
No! Man, I don't remember her name, but if you ever watched The Expanse, she played Bobby Draper, the Martian, fucking Marine. I think she's a New Zealander. She's a big, like, buff woman. Like, she looks like she will just kick everybody's fucking ass, and she would just be badass, and she can act way... I mean, it's not very hard to be better than what's-her-face, but...
Low bar.
But she's actually an amazing actress, and she's badass, so, like, she would have been, like, a really cool replacement for her. So, I don't know. But anyway, I think it's if it's gonna be a time jump, they're gonna be like, oh, well, Cara Dune's off being whatever for the Republic, and this is Mandalorian business, so she has no reason being here, basically. Yeah. That's how they're gonna write it off.
I feel like she was already kind of, like,
on the way
not
out.
needed. Yeah, like, I think that's what they were doing. They were getting ready to phase her out of the Mandalorian so that they could do Rangers of the New Republic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I can't say I'm that upset.
Well, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But
I will say this was the first episode in a while that I was like, damn, like when it ended, like I didn't want it to end. I wanted to know.
Yeah.
More.
It was a good episode.
Oh, you did that to me, Filoni? Like,
I almost feel like it should have been released at both parts as like an hour-long episode as opposed to how it was released.
Yeah, they like to drag stuff out though, so
yep.
That's what it's gonna be.
Hoping, like, does Omega have force powers? I know, like, for me, it's like I've never been into the clones. I think that's part of why I wasn't super excited for this. I do like the Jedi, and I do like the Force stuff, and so that little bit of like, oh, is Omega Force sensitive?
I still think she is.
And then the fact that it was never really, like, it was addressed a little bit with Sid in the game. I just, like, I would like an answer this season to keep my engagement in the show. Like,
we'll get an answer, but it'll be next season or the third season. I don't think the show goes beyond 3 seasons. I think that's what they're gonna do. That's what they did with Rebels. I suspect that's what they're gonna do here. 3 seasons, and then by then they might have figured out what the fuck is supposed to happen in the future.
Yeah, like, when are we gonna get to post sequel stories? Like, that is, I'm done.
Well,
stuff fit in.
So So there was 2 Star Wars pieces of news that happened today that were hidden in articles not about Star Wars. One of them was Sabine casting news for the Ahsoka series.
Mhm.
But the other one was Taika Waititi said that now that he is done with Thor, he is working on Star Wars movie. Like, that is his focus right now.
See,
is doing the Star Wars movie.
I don't want a movie. Give me a show. Give me something like, let's take a break from, let's be all done with the movies for a little while. If we tried it.
I'm missing the movies now. Like, all we do now is shows, and we've done shows for like 3 years now.
I like the shows.
Fair. I like
I'm
the shows
missing
too.
Star Wars movies.
But I think they're not gonna push forward with post-sequel trilogy Star Wars until they do a movie. Which was supposed to be Rogue Squadron, but I don't know. Maybe Taika's movie will end up being first.
I think Rogue Squadron is 2023 last I heard.
Oh, then that might be first, but I mean, I haven't heard any production news like at all
Me either.
about that.
I think it's going to get pushed because COVID.
And her last movie did really bad.
Well, it's awful.
Yeah. Yeah, and Taika is the hottest thing in fucking Hollywood right now, so they might be like, that's what we need. But I'm still, like, I don't know if his movie's actually post-sequel trilogy. I still think it's, like, a prequel, like,
Yeah, I
Old
think it's
Republic
be
era.
something random.
Even if it is, he's doing some weird shit. Some weird.
That's okay. I can deal with some weird shit in my Star Wars, especially if it's well planned.
I just wouldn't expect it to be. I wouldn't expect it to tie to anything. I would expect it to be standalone in some era we don't even know about.
That I would. Those are the movies I would like. I want to know what's happening in the sequel. I want more Jedi stories that are not. Look who survived the Purge. Like, that's the only Jedi
know,
stories
it's true.
I've gotten other than.
They have pigeonholed themselves into this time period.
Yeah.
And
Well, to be
until
fair,
they can't get out of it.
there's an entire book series right now about the Jedi.
Yes, but that is terrible, so I don't want that either.
I think I'm going to give it a chance because...
I mean, I have the first one if you want it.
No, I just haven't read it, but...
You're not missing
I
anything.
mean, Paul Soul isn't going to be the only one writing that entire series. So
I've tried so hard to get through that book, and I can't. And
that
usually
book is
can
the
read
reason I
anything.
don't read science fiction written by men.
My friend Ben has told me he's read the first 3, and he's like, the second one's better than the first one, but it's a low fucking bar.
The era sounded so cool, too. I don't know.
I'm here for Art Deco Star Wars. That sounds cool.
Maybe
It's
that
just
needs
like-
to be the next animated show.
Part of the problem too is like the books are this thick, and it's like, and they don't need to be. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to,
that's
it's
how
very,
Star Wars books have always been.
it's
You're right.
very pulpy.
You're
No,
right.
I feel like the Star Wars books I used to read, like when I'm just thinking about when I was in high school and I was getting them from the library twice a week.
Republic Commando
were-
was like this.
Like, they were way pulpier. Like, and that's what I feel like it's a pulpy story being told like an epic, space fantasy, when it should be like less I can't think of any space opera books that would be common knowledge. But I'm thinking like Collapsing Empire, like less Collapsing Empire and more Flash Gordon.
Oh, well, yeah.
I will say, I think that the people who specifically who are making Star Wars are torn between what you're saying and another. There's a large group of the fan base that is saying, we don't want Jedi stories anymore. We want stories like
That's fine.
Rad Batch, like Rogue One. Like,
Well, and that's the thing. Realizing that there are those different tastes and people want different things and they like Star Wars for different things, that's yes. I fully support that. But why have we just decided we're all done with Space Wizards? I like the Space Wizards.
It's gonna come
They're not.
back. But
that's why you're going to continue to see them pop up and everything, because that is
Yeah,
Star Wars.
that's what makes it Star
Whether
Wars.
that group of the fandom wants to accept it or not, like Jedi and Sith and the Force are Star Wars. Like,
I
That is
think
what
they
makes
just
Star
need to
Wars
figure
unique.
out. They pretty much the sequel trilogy basically just left them with like nothing, so they have to figure out what they're gonna do, and they can't make a mistake. They can't just like be like, do whatever you fucking want, because that works
At
so
this point,
well,
they
right?
can't risk a mistake.
Exactly. So they
Well,
need to have a really good
Kylo-
story.
clone Kylo, and he just has an extra O on the end of his name. Bam.
No, I'm telling you, all I want the comic books, and I want Kylo to wake up in the deserts of Tatooine for no reason, and everyone's just like, it's the Force.
No, Joe, it's the middle letter, so he would be Kylo.
Kylo.
All right.
Ooh.
We have to talk about Canto Bite.
Why?
Why do we have to talk about
We
what?
do because it's important.
The Galactic Starcruiser.
We
the
have
thing that
to.
nobody's
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
All
Like,
right.
why are we
So
talking
here's a
about-
picture.
Oh, I'm going.
Here's a picture from the
Oh, no,
video
okay,
that they
don't tell.
released, right? Like this is from this Galactic Starcruiser fucking promotional trailer. Here's this fucking Twi'lek, which by the way, Canto Bite had no fucking Twi'leks in that movie, and it was one of like the biggest complaints I had about that whole scene. Another story for another day.
Disney's advertisement doing a better job
But
than their
this,
movies.
but this dude looks like he fucking belongs there for one.
They're advertising for the parks, but God forbid we get an Obi-Wan trailer.
Yeah, but like, all right. So here's Fancy Man here, like big
Oh,
I
Canto
yeah.
want
Bite
to be
vibes.
that man. Yes, please.
But
I'm
here's the
Drinking, 'cause it looks
pricing.
interesting.
Here's the fucking price. It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It is $1,209 per person per night for 2 people in a cabin. So that equals
I thought that was the
$4,000.
No, that's per person.
No. So it's
I'm gonna wait.
$4,809 for 2 people. And Rex and Around did the time breakdown. Basically, you were in this hotel and in the park for less than 48 hours, even though they bill it as 3 days, 2 nights. The entire time, because based on the itinerary, you don't arrive the first day till 1 o'clock. You leave the third day right after breakfast. So it's less than 48 hours. So
It's $5,000 for 2 people. Per
yeah.
day.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely
insane.
Canto Bite. Like, none of us who want to go can go. In fact, of all the people I know, and I know a lot of people across the fucking spectrum of economic statuses and this and that, I think I only know one person offhand that probably could just be like, yeah, I'm going to go.
I
And
mean,
go.
I could put this on my credit card right now.
I mean, I could do
like-
that too, but then I'd be paying it off for like years, and I don't know if that's worth it, man. I mean, maybe.
Steve and I, we don't have kids, and we have got a good amount of savings right now. Like, fuck retirement. Let's go to Star Wars.
Just do it out of savings. Nikki, we could bring 2 of our friends.
Yeah, well, for 4 people per cabin,
to-
it's
You're gonna have
cheaper,
hunger.
sort of.
Hunger to figure out.
It's
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna just have
6,000
friendship Hunger
people.
Games, and everyone can decide that way.
It's 6,000
I like
people,
my
but I can't read my small ass print on here. But I think when it says 4 guests per cabin, I think it means with 2 kids, because you get 1 big bed and 2
Yeah.
small wall bunks.
No
like,
way they're letting 4 adults stay in a room.
Like-
Got
Zero
it. So
chance.
Stacy's
Yeah.
one of the guests who's coming.
That's true. I could fit in one of those little wall bunks. I would pay $7.49 a night. Like, I could afford that much, maybe.
I'm sure, like, I honestly do think the pricing is going to go down as it becomes less exclusive, or like less
Right.
as more people go. And I am curious to see if, like, they've got to have some kind of pass holder thing, because like Steve and I were pass holders. We don't have, like, we have tickets to the park. We don't need tickets to the park, and that's
Right.
included in the price.
It's for the one day, but you know what? You're not even there the whole day. Like, you come in a special way. You're there, like, you get on Rise of the Resistance right away. You get on the Millennium Falcon right away. You leave the park before, like, 1 o'clock. Like, it's part of the itinerary. They have you on a tight-ass schedule.
$750 to get on Rise of the Resistance is
That's true, man. Man, I had to fight my ass off to get on it the one time. And that was in
It
the
was
slow part of
great,
the
though.
yeah. It
Just
was
go
really good.
dressed up, and they'll pull you on.
Well, you know
The
what?
fuck they
Here's the
will.
other thing. Like, I feel like we should get a discount, because if we all show up in our Mando fucking armor, we are adding to the immersion.
We are,
like
they should
pay
pay
us.
I still think they're gonna have a no mask policy.
They were talking
No.
about how everybody could
Let's
wear their lagu
clarify, no
and all
helmet
that
policy.
yeah,
Yeah.
no helmet.
Everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely masks right now. No helmets. That's so true.
Sorry, a no costume mask policy.
But maybe they would let you, because of how small this is going to be. You wouldn't be able to bring it into the park But for while
Yeah.
you're in the hotel, because they have to check you in basically, and they know who you are. There's not going to be that many guests at one point in time. They might let you get away with it there.
I still don't think they're going to, and the reason being is because people are immediately going to assume that you're a Disney employee and want to do weird things with you, to you, whatever. Like
Like the time I touched that
as
stormtrooper.
soon as you can pass yourself off as a Disney employee, even if you're not trying to, but as soon as you can do it, Disney
That's
shuts
true.
that down.
But they're trying to encourage people to really like go wild on this thing. That's part of it. Like it's like all right. So people are comparing it to a LARP. This is not going to be like a LARP at all. Like this is very like LARP adjacent.
LARP light.
Yeah, like it's like not a full on LARP. Like it's like immersive.
It's
like,
a LARP for casuals.
Not even, man. Like it is like just barely like to be fair, honestly, if I was there, like a lot of the stuff that's going on, that's gonna be cool and all. But if I could just sit in my fucking Mando armor and drink in the fucking bar the whole time, that's what I'd pay that money into.
And that's what I'm hoping that too, that they will have an option for that, where you're not doing the whole story thing, which
I don't need
I'm so
lightsaber
basic.
training. I just want to
I
fucking
want
drink.
it though. I want both. I want both options available to me.
You can't
I
be a
think you would
force
be-
sensitive fucking Mandalorian, Nikki.
I'm
can't.
I'm a force sensitive Mandalorian, and my lightsaber is made out of Beskar.
God damn it.
I'm gonna reach across this computer, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get there.
But yeah.
And my armor is black because I'm looking for vengeance.
And it's red because I hunt Sith.
You're
But
my
yeah.
Padawan.
But anyway, maybe one day, like 10 years from now, when the hype dies down, we can afford to go.
I'm one of the biggest Disney stands there is. Like I love that place, and I'm so off put by it. Like
I thought it'd
the
be.
price is so high, and for the first couple of years, the people that are going to be there, that can afford to be there,
Are the Canto Bite
are
people.
going to be the people that are like, this is what I paid $5,000 for. Like, they're not even.
No,
gonna
they're
be-
not. They're not going to be like that because they wipe their asses with $5,000. They spend
Maybe.
$5,000 on more ridiculous shit, so they're not going to care.
An hour of your day is learning how to play sabacc. I don't know how well that's going to go over with most people.
That's what I said. Like, I just want to go to the bar, drink. I don't know, but I thought it would be about 1.5 thousand less for two people. So like about 3,300 for two people. That would have been like more reasonable, like almost cruise like pricing. That's what I would have expected.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You can do a 10-day Europe cruise for the amount of cost for 2 days of this.
Yeah, no.
So the
it's-
standard cabin does say it can sleep 5.
Yeah, but little kids, man.
They're not
It
letting
says
go
one
above.
queen bed, 2 berth bunk beds for
But-
one adult each, and a pull-down wall bed for one adult if sleeping 5.
But the wall bunk beds, dude, are seriously tight. Like, did you watch the trailer or the
Yeah,
thing,
I'm looking at
the
it right
panel?
now, but it does say it'll sleep adults. Small adults, I guess.
Small like me, I will fit in a cubby. If I can, someone pack me in their luggage and smuggle me on board.
I would love to sleep in a cubby. Like that's how I
They
want
make
to
it
sleep.
work. I just don't think they're going to let it happen.
The Grand
No,
Captain
Dragon
Suite
Hunter.
sleeps
Probably way
8,
worse.
has 2 queen beds, 2 berths, and 2 pull-down beds.
And that one is way more expensive. The graphic I have pulled up here was just the basic pricing. Like, there is another
Yeah.
whole pricing chart, and it is more. Lots more. This is as cheap as it gets. on
This is for
one.
steerage. You die when the ship goes down.
Yeah, you are going down with the rats, the women and
They
children.
really- I hope they have a good plan, because my concern for the whole thing is hardcore fans like us are going to think it's not immersive enough, and casuals are going to be bored by the things that they are doing.
I mean, honestly, if it just looks that cool, that's what I said. Like, I would just hang out on the ship and
yeah.
take pictures
I
in my
just want to
costumes.
take pictures on it.
Yes,
I just want to like pretend that I'm in Star Wars. Like,
I want to look out whatever.
I'm being Star Wars at Galaxy's Edge for 109 a day, not
Yeah, but
5
there's
grand.
so many people.
I want to sleep in the Star Wars.
There's so many people there. This is going to be cool because all of their windows are going to be LCD screens. You're going to look out. It's going to be fucking space. It's going to look real because it's fucking Disney. They're good at that. Like, there'll be droids just randomly going down the hallway. You're going to feel like you're on the tentative.
Hey,
Like, you
remember
know, like
when they
it's...
told us there was going to be characters and droids all over the park?
Yeah.
But there's too many people. That's the
There's not
problem. They realize there's so many fucking people in there.
That was like, I think the thing I'm most disappointed about is that they said there were going to be like static characters that would interact with you, and you would have like your magic band, and they would remember you.
And it's
Yeah.
just poor
Yeah.
B. Morandi walking around, and nobody knows who the fuck she is because they didn't put her in anything.
Yeah. They're like, who's the blue-haired chick? Oh, she's like
really
in a comic
cool too.
thing.
Like her overall design and everything.
No, she looks
is really
awesome.
Cool.
She looks great. So, I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'll be interested in seeing when the first fucking influencers get on that shit and like do a full breakdown.
I'm hoping that it turns out this is the hyper restrictive price and it's going to come down in the future.
It will, but it's gonna be years after it's open, man. I mean, they have to like. See...
I don't know if what Joe is saying is true, and like the people who are spending that money are not enjoying it. Like they might start bringing down the prices more, especially I think with COVID concerns, people who still don't want to travel, they might be forced to price it down a bit.
Because it's such a limited quantity, right? Like you can only have so many people, and it's only every like 3 days, right? So like the exclusivity of it basically is going to keep that shit afloat.
Is it only a weekend thing?
It's
no,
only
it says weekdays.
It's basically you're there for like the 3 days, and it's going to be continuously like 3 days. So like basically the reason you don't check in.
I thought you were saying they were only doing it 3 days a week.
No. But it's like the reason you check in the first day at 1 o'clock is probably because once everybody gets out that morning, they have to have time to clean everything up.
Yeah.
Right. That's why you check in that late. But still, that means what, 3 groups a week?
Yeah.
Two, you know, like, so, and then it's a small amount of people, and it's the only one. So people are going to come from all over the world for it. They're not doing, they're not doing it in California, right? It's only here.
Yeah, it's only here right now, I think. And it's, if you think about it as a lot of people only go to Disney once in their lives.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
They are going to do it in California.
Do they have the space?
I don't know how far behind Florida they are, but they are going to do it.
Yeah, I think they're going.
And when there's 2, maybe the price will go down a little bit. But basically, because there's only 1, the exclusivity of it is going to keep the prices up because people are going to fucking pay it because it's going to take them like 3 years to get in.
Yeah, just hope eventually cast members get discounts, and then I'll ask my friends.
Yeah. If they do, man. So.
You know the capacity?
The what?
Capacity, do you know?
No, but it's not that many. I mean, if you've seen the building, it's small. They can't have that many people.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's low.
As soon as bookings open, it's going to be booked for 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's going to be like, gone. Coupon day.
It's literally the Jurassic Park scene. It is.
Maybe they'll invite like the Star Wars costume clubs to for the grand opening.
Yeah, right.
I want to just go. I don't even need to do the thing. I would just like to go inside, see what it's like.
Just let us go drink in there. Give us like a night where we can just go drink in the cantina, and I'm good.
Yeah, I just want to see it. Let me walk around.
Yeah.
Good. Like, that's all I need.
Well, yeah. So anyway.
The cool white hallways, like Camino, like.
I don't know. It'd be cool.
I think we've got like 10 minutes. Did we want to talk about Suicide Squad?
Yeah, or do you mean like, do we want to let Joe trash Suicide Squad?
Joe, do you need to? It's okay, Joe. Like, this is a safe space.
Let it out, Joe. Just let it out, man.
I'm not trashing it. I just didn't enjoy it. apparently I'm in the minority and not many people have good taste. But
It was just okay.
I mean,
I enjoyed it.
it was fun. I definitely better than the previous one.
I
Ratcatcher 2 is the
yeah,
best part of the whole movie.
I love
Ratcatcher 2
Ratcatcher-
was a treasure.
Rat Catcher 2 is my vibes. Like, that is who I want to be when I grow up.
and Shark King were really the only things I actually enjoyed about it.
I
King,
didn't really
King
like Shark
Shark
King.
is
King
my
Shark.
faves.
I
Sorry.
enjoyed Harley killing someone because they threw some red flags.
Like,
That was
that
was
moment,
fun.
like, that whole sequence and just waiting for that drop, because you knew it was coming, and it's like, what are they doing? Oh, okay. Okay, yep, nope, that was well done. I enjoyed that.
I
And
love
Joe
King Shark.
I'm sorry, Joe.
There was some random
No,
weird
like-
shit.
Like
And-
the end result of it, I was like, yeah, like that was good. Like that's what she was always gonna do. But like there was like a 4-minute period where I was like, why the fuck is this a thing? Like, why is this random temporary president decided he's in love and is going to marry Harley
It
Quinn?
was weird.
What the fuck?
I mean, I like the whole thing just felt, and that was actually one of the things I enjoyed about it, and that I do think is holding it back. Like, I will put it in both columns, is it was just very disjointed and scenes and just all over the place, but
That isn't that like what all DC movies do though? Isn't that like their hallmark?
I'm sure the James Gunn cut is better.
I expected so much
He
more.
said
from him.
this is his
oh,
cut
it
though.
did not.
He said
That's
this was
the-
his.
Like, then me and Steve are in a group chat with some hardcore WB fanboys,
Weird.
and they're great people. We love them.
I
But
love
they're
them.
They've
they're
got
so
questionable
far
taste.
opposite of us as far as DC and Marvel. So like they eat most of it up, and like they're all on like, oh my gosh, this is the great movie because James Gunn got to do exactly what he wanted, and that's why it's so good. And I'm like, no, like if that's what James Gunn does when he doesn't have any help, then he needs Kevin Feige. Like, sorry.
Have you
Yeah, that's-
ever seen his
Yeah.
trauma
If you
movies?
think Suicide Squad is even in the same stratosphere of Guardians of the Galaxy, you are fucking crazy.
It is a, like, really good DC movie.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy influences in it in a different way than I did with the first one. Like, Cena's delivery on every line was just very Star-Lord.
Did I drop?
Yeah, for a
Yeah, you
second.
got-
You're
you
back.
got-
All right. Joe, have you never seen any of James Gunn's trauma movies?
No, I have. I mean, I've seen
Oh,
his
okay.
other. I know what he is. He's like, in general, like he's a demented, twisted, weird dude. Like, it's why I will never get over the fact that he was married to Jenna Fisher. It doesn't even
What?
compute. Jenna Fisher from The Office, Pam, was
What?
married to James Gunn.
What?
Yes.
Will never compute in my head. The only reason I can figure it out is because Jenna Fisher is a huge horror fan, like horror movie fan.
That's so
That happened
weird.
within- anyways, they're long divorced, but they were
What?
divorced before, like,
Amicably.
yeah,
That's
and they're
so
still
weird.
friends. Like, she
Yeah.
actually got Wilson to do a movie with him. Like, they're still cool, but it will never make sense in my head because I know that James Gunn is a weird,
I'm gonna go get
demented,
my dog 1 second.
funny dude. Like, it's why, like, he had some fucked up tweets from like 12 years ago
Yeah.
making weird jokes. Like, he's grown since then, but like deep down, like he's just a weird dude. So I get it. Like, if that's what he wanted to do, like he got to
I
make
mean,
his movie.
I've watched a bunch of rats pouring through a giant starfish eyeball. That was
Even have any issue with that. I like that idea of it. It was just everything else. Like, man, like one of our other friends was like, hey, we've got Killmonger at home, and then Killmonger at home is Bloodsport. Like, the costume looks the same and everything. Like, I don't know. I just couldn't get into it at all. Like, here, and I told the group of friends that I have that's like huge DCWB fans, like, I told them, I 100% will admit, part of the reason I couldn't get into this movie is because I watched it at home. I do not like watching these blockbuster movies and premieres at home at all. I want to go to the movie theater to see these giant movies. Like, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm willing to admit, like, that's probably part of the reason I wasn't able to get as immersed as I wanted to. But I just, man,
So
it
I-
did-
I
No.
have a friend too who he's like a big like film guy and like for the art of it basically, so like he's always shitting on Marvel and loves all the shit that DC does, so of course he's like, this is so good. And we're all like, no, Kyle, it's not. It's not.
I'm usually a very easy critic when it comes to movies. Like most movies, I'm like, hey, I like that. That was pretty good. Like even in this movie, there's things I can pick out that I really enjoyed. Like, certain characters, certain jokes, like I really enjoyed. But just overall, like as soon as it finished, I messaged some friends like, wait, this is the movie that everyone's like going to
I gave it a B+ for DC as far as DC goes.
Oh, as far as DC goes,
yeah.
A.
Oh well, that's that. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's probably true.
It is the DC movie since the Christian Bale Batman that I have enjoyed the most.
I don't even count those.
Yeah.
To be
but
fair,
like,
I don't
like,
count because they're like a league of their own.
I have not enjoyed the experience of watching a DC movie since then.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman? The
first
one?
one was good.
I didn't see, because what keeps happening is people were like, I can't remember what the first one was. I think it was like Man of Steel, or not Man.
Yes.
Like
the first Superman was Man of Steel.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, that was good. You'll really enjoy it. You'll really enjoy it. I didn't watch it, but then I went and watched Batman versus Superman when that came out, and I was like, oh, that was terrible. This is why I don't go see DC movies. And then people were like, okay, but Wonder Woman, you'll really like Wonder Woman. And so then I went and watched Wonder Woman 2, and I'm like, oh, this is why I don't watch DC movies.
Wait, Wonder Woman 2 or the first Wonder Woman?
2. Like, I only saw the second one. I did not see the first one.
Oh, no. You need... The first one's good.
Hold on. It's fine. It's not anything to write home about.
Exactly, and that's what it is.
Do you like Captain America, the First Avenger?
Yeah.
Because that's what Wonder Woman is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the same movie.
From what I understand, I just figured it was a great value Captain America. Like...
Unfortunately.
But Wonder Woman 2 was, like, real bad.
Wonder Woman 2, like...
And rapey.
I just remember, Steve and I watched it on Christmas, and we just, like, turned the TV off, and I looked at her, and I'm like, she raped that man.
Yeah,
like, that was my first thought. My absolute first thought after watching that movie.
And I was sad, because the first Wonder Woman was pretty good. So, like, all right, you know.
I think going forward, I like Marvel's characters in general better than DC's.
Yeah.
DC's has never been my group of characters, really.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not a comic book reader. But every time one of these movies comes out, I'm like, all right, this is going to be the one where they nail it. Like, I want it to be good.
I have no expectations.
No, they're not. They're never going to nail it.
With no expectations.
So I think at this point, I'm just going to be like, you know what? Surprise me, because I'm not going to expect
Polka Dot Man was really good.
I was excited for the Robert Pattinson Batman movie just because.
Oh, we lost Joe.
So excited because.
I am kind of excited for that movie, though.
You're excited because what, Joe?
It's the same thing. Like, I'm excited for it because, like, I want to be excited for a Batman movie, and I think Robert Pattinson is a pretty good actor, contrary to Twilight and whatever, you know? And so I agree. See that movie and what Matt Reeves does, because Matt Reeves has made good movies. But every time I do this, then I'm just let down every single time.
That is what DC is, like a deadbeat dad. It's just like, you know, and like when they're there, and
yes.
it's
I'll tell you which movie.
It's like you're waiting around on Friday night for your deadbeat dad to show up, and he never shows up.
The best DC verse movie, 100%, is Aquaman. Motherfucker he rode a kaiju into battle. And he looked fucking hot as hell, so I got what I expected out of that.
It's pretty incredible that they managed to nail their casting so well for those characters.
I know, the casting's great.
And all the movies still suck. They all suck. How? You've got incredible actors for all these parts. They look the part, they act the part pretty well, and then you just give them shit movies. Like
they need somebody with vision, man. Like, I think Marvel benefits from Kevin Feige, have like a cohesive vision. DC doesn't have fucking anybody to like rein them in.
It's like
does
a power
have
struggle.
someone who wants to do that, and Warner Brothers won't let him.
What, Snyder?
Yeah, and say what you will about the Snyder movie, like whether you like it or not, it just Warner Brothers wants so much control and won't let him do what he wants.
It's true. And I'm not gonna shit on Zack Snyder because I pretty much love all of his movies that aren't DC. So.
The remake of Dawn of the Dead is an amazing movie.
Oh well, I can't watch those, but I mean like Watchmen and 300. Like 300 is actually one of my
300's
favorite
great.
fucking movies. So I don't know, but yeah, shirtless Momoa. That's what I'm here for. Give me Aquaman 2. I'm here for that.
You're
shit.
gonna get it soon.
I know. I'm looking forward to that one. But basically, like, that movie didn't try to be anything other than it was. And to be fair, I don't think Suicide Squad did either. Like, I basically, like, expected some crazy-ass bullshit, and that's what we got. So,
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I expected something I really liked about it is that it was that hyper violence without being icky violence.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like
Yeah.
that. It was like, oh my gosh, there's so much blood, and it wasn't like, it didn't make me uncomfortable. Like,
Right. No, I just was mostly laughing at the, like, ridiculousness of it.
yeah.
And I was sad when they killed Flag off, because he was my eye candy in these movies, and I love that actor, Joel Kinnaman, so...
I also think Patriot did The Boys better than The Boys, like by a million times.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, sorry.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
God, he sucked. Oh my god.
He did not.
God, no. And now they're like, hey, we're gonna make an entire TV series about this character, and he sucks.
He does.
Like, and
I hate
Gunn
him.
directed that. It's already wrapped. They've already shot the whole
Oh,
thing.
that's done.
pretty
It's
much
going to be on
They went
HBO.
They went
Yeah.
from Suicide Squad right to Peacemaker
Yeah,
and shot
James
it pretty
Gunn
much
did
all at
it.
once.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
Yeah.
I-
So then the movie gets over, and I'm like, oh, cool. The one character I know they're gonna make something about is the one that sucked the most in the whole movie. Like,
And Idris Elba's character in this was great. And he's always good, basically, in anything he fucking does. So I was like, all right. Like, he had a decent arc. He wanted to protect Ratcatcher 2 by the end of it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, mini arc. Polka Dot Man, that was fucking tragic as hell. He's like, we are superheroes.
Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. I need to watch Birds of Prey.
She's
'Cause
so
I actually
fucking
still
good
haven't
at
watched
it.
that one.
Birds of
Yeah.
Prey, it was okay. Like, again, like,
Yeah.
they had the stars fucking aligned for that shit. It could have been amazing, but the story was weak. I think that's what kills me about the DC movies, is that their stories are bad. The casting is great. The stories are bad. Like,
That's a lot
Marvel
of it
has
just
good
come
stories.
down to the plot. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And that's why, like, and this is what I told my friend Kyle when he and I were comparing it. Because he likes it for the art, the cinematography, and all that shit. And sure, I appreciate it. But if the story's fucking bad, all the good shit about the craft of the movie just gets lost on me. Because I'm just sitting there thinking, man, this story is bad. Like, the whole time. So, that's just, I mean,
Like,
I guess.
I can't appreciate the cinematography when my brain is just going, was that rape?
Like, yeah,
I think
like,
that was
like,
rape.
what
Is the
fuck
movie
that-
not gonna? Are we not gonna talk? We're just moving past it.
Yeah, that's kind of.
We're not addressing that.
Like, I love that fucking Kingdom Come Wonder Woman costume, but the whole time she's wearing it, I'm like, she just went on a fucking rape spree. Like, dude. Yeah.
And also, like, but yeah, just not well done. There's
this
the
is why
puppy
we don't
trying to,
discuss
yeah,
DC
she's
that
trying to eat
on
my
this
hair
podcast.
right now.
Oh,
Hi, yes.
all right.
hold on.
Senator!
Two
Senator!
of our
Behave yourself.
podcast members have not seen What If, so we're not going to
Oh,
discuss.
yeah.
But
It was
I
good.
have been the naysayer about this show all along. Mostly because, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of animated shows. I pretty much stick to Star Wars animation. And I was skeptical on the fact that it's not in the timeline, it's not canon, it's just going to be weird spin-off stuff. And the first episode was fantastic. And I don't know if that's because I have a massive crush on Peggy Carter and always have. And I
Wait.
love Captain America.
Valid.
So
Hold on, hold
Joe,
on,
this
hold
is
on.
something you enjoy, and you think I should watch it?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
I wish
well,
I had a told you so gift.
You're
'cause
going to,
basically
and we
that's
both
what
know
I've
it. Stop.
been saying to fucking Joe since all of this shit. I was like, dude, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. It's
We'll
good.
see. We'll see what next week is about.
I'm not. I'm not gonna watch the first episode. Maybe I'll watch the second one.
You're gonna watch the first.
No,
episode.
I
We
mean,
have to
dude,
talk
like,
about it.
this was so good. I mean, it's
You
kind of
realize
weird that
that-
they
You
didn't
guys
get
see the
all
same
the
thing about
voices.
Jaws.
You guys realize that you're staying in a hotel with me in like 3 weeks?
Oh, he's gonna force you to watch everything.
No, not
Hey,
that. Like
listen to
hiding
me.
the costume shit in different places.
How?
I'm telling you now. Don't make that drink, please.
We're making that drink.
Don't make that drink.
We're making that drink minus the pre-workout.
I plan to transcend existence.
No, I
gonna be-
honestly think the protein would be good for us. Like, I think that is something we want to incorporate into our.
I'm
Our
worried
dragon.
about the levels of distancing that we're doing with
You
highs
guys
and
are
lows.
gonna be gone at Dragon Con. I'm gonna be sit there the whole time looking at my phone like, are they dead yet? Are they dead yet? Please don't die.
We're gonna prank call.
But
We're gonna
be
prank call Stacey
reborn.
from the emergency room.
We're getting our stomachs pumped. It's awesome. Like, oh my god.
I'm gonna die historic at Dragon Con.
Well,
I
Godspeed.
would rather die than be arrested there, to be fair.
All right, guys, I have to go.
All right, that's it. So, follow
right.
us. All of our socials are here. Smash the like button on YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. We love
Could
you. for
follow
it.
us. Eventually, we'll work on more content.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
I don't have a thing for this time.
You don't have
Oh,
a parting shot?
You don't have a parting shot?
Oh, no, my parting shot is just we told you that Crosshair was always an asshole, and you guys didn't believe us. We told you from like episode 2, this dude is gonna have no chip and still be a dickhead, and we were totally right. So that's my parting shot.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's
You're
just an
right.
asshole.
You're right.
All right. Hopefully
All right.
next week.
See
We'll be
y'all
back.
next week for the
Bye,
end
friend.
of Bad Batch Season 1. Later,
Yep.
y'all.
Later.